Solving quadratic equations using graphs and tables, part 2. If you haven't seen part 1, please watch the first couple of minutes of it because of a couple of rules I have regarding plotting graphs, and just click up here and it'll get you there. Okay. In the last video, which is part 1, I promised to plot a curve that is upside down, u. So this would be an equation sort of like this: minus x squared minus x plus 6 equals y. So like I mentioned in the first video, if there's a negative in front of the x squared, your graph is upside down u, which would look like something like this. Okay, as I mentioned before, you just plug in numbers for a. You set y equals to 0 first of all, equals 0. That means if you have x and y-axis, y equals 0 is your x-axis. Anywhere on this axis, y is 0. So we set the equation to 0 and plug in numbers for x to get the solution for this equation. So let's just start with x and y. We have x, y. The easiest numbers, like I mentioned, would be 1, 0, and negative 1. 0 minus 1. Okay, if you plug in 0 into that equation, let's start from 1. If we plug in 1, we have what? Minus 1 squared, which is 1, minus 1 plus 6. We get number 4. So for x is equal 1, y is 4. Okay, then we plug in 0, which is going to be 0 squared, which is 0, minus 0 plus 6. So we get 6 out of this one. So where x is 0, y is 6. And minus 1. So we get minus 1 squared minus 1 plus 6 is equal to 1 minus 1. So 1 minus 1 squared is 1 minus 1. Minus times minus is a plus, so it's a plus 1 plus 6. So what do we get? 7 minus 1, which is 6 again. Looks like this is the head of the curve, but we'll see. And let's put 2 minus 2. Alright, we get minus 2 squared minus 2 plus 6 equals minus 2 squared is positive 4. So then we have a minus, so we get minus 4 minus, what do we get? Minus 2 times minus 2 plus 2 plus 6. We got 8 minus 4 is 4. So where x is minus 2, y is 4. Okay, let's just stop here and plot this in Excel and see what it looks like. Alright. Alright, I went ahead and typed these numbers down. And we're going to ask Excel to plot this for us. Recommended chart. So here it is. Alright, so it looks like I said, where x is -1, y is 6, where x is 0, y is 6. So that's the head of your curve. So it looks like he's going back down. So we need to increase the x. We already have 1, so we want to try 2, 3, and 4. Alright, let's go back. Alright. So let's go and delete everything here. Let's see if I'm going to start another XY. Okay, we get X, Y. We already have 1. We're going to do 2. What's going to happen when we have 2? So we have minus 2 squared minus 2 plus 6. So that is minus 4 minus 2 is 6 plus 6 is 0. I have the numbers here. Let me exactly 2. So for 2 we have 0. Let's see what's happening for 3. Okay, 3 minus 3 squared minus 3 plus 6. So that's minus 9 minus 3 is minus 12 plus 6 is minus 6. That's right, minus 6. And looks like it already crossed, but let's pick another number. Let's go with 4. Minus 6. 4. For 4 we have minus 4 times 4 is 16 minus 4 plus 6. Okay, so 16 plus minus 16 plus 6 is minus 10 minus 4 is minus 14. Okay, let's plug in these numbers now. I went ahead and punched them in here. Here's your X and here's your Y. So according to this, when X is minus 5, we got minus 14. And when it's minus 3, this is your solution, 0, where Y is 0. And also this is your solution. But let's plot this. Alright. Insert recommended chart. Ooh, that's a nice chart. Here we go. Alright, so the answer to this equation is right here, where it crosses, where X is 2, X is 2, we get 0. Where X is minus 3, we get 0. This is supposed to be minus 3. Right between 2 and 4 is 3, minus 3. And the head of the curve is right here. So what's the head? It's like 6. Why would be a little bit higher than 6? That would be the tip of this thing. Where x is going to be somewhere between 1 and 0, so it's 0.5. Where x is 0.5 is your tip of your curve. Alright, this is the equation. This is a plot, and your answers would be 2 and minus 3. Minus 3 and 2. Where y is 0. Okay, I'm going to do another one of these in a scenario where your curve just touches the x-axis, where you only have one solution, where 2, but they're both going to be the same number, so you just call it one solution. See you in the next video, part 3.